Do you want to quit your job? In this video, we're going to go over 7 signs that you might want to move on. This is Productivity ACE. Let's get it done. Sign number 1. You've got a nightmare boss. It's often been said people don't leave jobs, but they do leave managers, and I think that is very, very true. A manager can be bad in any number of ways. They might be giving you junk jobs, they might not respect you, you might have a personality clash, or they might be genuinely bullying you. Check the card in this video for the story of my worst ever manager and see if you can beat that one. Sign number 2, there's no career progression. I've seen this a few times. You might be smashing it out the park performance-wise year after year. You might have been on fast-track programs and talent programs and all sorts of other stuff. You might even be on the senior management Christmas card list for all I know, but somehow you're just not moving on. And sometimes that's because there actually aren't any roles for you to move up to. Maybe the hierarchy is saturated with the type of role that you would fill, or maybe there's just no slots. Or maybe the company's promotion and career progression scheme is totally messed up and doesn't work. Either way, you're stuck no matter how well you perform. Might be time to leave. Number 3, you're getting bullied. Corporate bullying happens way too much. I've seen it a number of times. I've been on the receiving end of it myself. It's really unpleasant. My first advice would be always to try and sort the situation yourself by confronting the bully, by trying to work things out, by trying to improve the relationship. That can be easier said than done, but it's always worth a go. Unfortunately, it's not guaranteed to work, especially if the bully you're dealing with is at a senior level. And by this stage, the chances are your stress levels will be through the roof, and it's usually not worth putting up with it because it's a battle you're unlikely to win. Before the next tip, do check out our new masterclass courses site. We've got all sorts of stuff on there, in-depth courses, in-depth videos, free ebooks, loads of learning materials, and that site is going to grow and grow with many more resources. So do check it out. Links in the description and right there. Number 4, you're burnt out. Now, burnout is not, as many people think, a case of working too hard, although stress and hours do come into it. Burnout is much more a feeling of feeling unfulfilled, unappreciated, with boring work and just a stagnation feeling that you're not getting anywhere. Check that video out in the card above for an in-depth look at burnout and how you can recognize burnout and how you can beat it. But ultimately, if you're in a burnout situation, leaving your job is one way to potentially relieve it. Number 5, you've had an absolutely blinding offer from somewhere else. Well, this does happen. Sometimes you're working away, you're quite happy, you're doing pretty well at your job, you're enjoying it, and you know what? You get that phone call that you just can't turn down. I'm kind of waiting for my phone call and thought, hello? Oh, no, okay, no, she's not in, sorry. That wasn't it, I'm afraid. But if you get that phone call that offers you more than you could imagine, well, sometimes you just don't have the option but to consider it. And if your current company isn't prepared to incentivize you to stay by maybe upping your current package, well, that's a general sign that you should take that opportunity. Sometimes you just get that phone call that offers you a blinding opportunity elsewhere. It might be an opportunity to take on more responsibility. It might be a greatly increased package. It might be loads more benefits. It might just be a better job closer to home. Who knows? A number of different reasons. But for one reason or another, it's an offer you can't turn down. Number 6, you are unable to support the company's mission and ethics. We've all seen it many times. You're working, you're quite happy, you're enjoying supporting the company mission, and then all of a sudden something happens and your company is in the news for all the wrong reasons. Some scandal has kicked off, something has happened that means that that company has changed direction, has a different mission, has a different ethos, or has been involved in an incident that you just can't reconcile. In that case, it's usually better to leave. Staying and working for a company where you don't support the mission, you don't support the ethos, it will be a slow, painful death. Time to get out. Reason number 7 to leave your job. You've got a side hustle and it's doing really well. Saw this before. I used to work with somebody who, by the time he'd even got to the office, had already made 3 times as much money from his side hustle as a whole day at work was going to bring in. Well, he didn't last very long and he went on to make a great success of that side hustle. And speaking of side hustles, well, if you want to make mine work, then feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check out the links in the description. Feel free to have a look at our courses site. We've got loads of great materials already generated and many more coming, so we'd always appreciate your support. At the moment, it's certainly not enough for me to quit my day job. Maybe it will be one day, who knows? So what should you do now? Well, if you're seeing a lot of those signs at your workplace, then maybe you've already thought about leaving. Generally, most problems can be fixed though, and it's always worth having a go to tackle the problems head on. There are many resources online, YouTube channels, blogs, courses, all sorts, that can help you address the problems that you'll find in the workplace. And although leaving a job is always a last resort, it's always very important to be very self-aware of your own physical health, your own mental health, and how the job is affecting you and your family. Sometimes people don't realize problems until it is too late, so it's always a good idea to make sure that you're self-aware enough, that you're aware of the situation, that you can see problems coming down the track before they turn into huge issues. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.